Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Man to Man, a podcast dedicated to honest, deep, and sometimes fun conversation about mental health, personal growth, and everything in between. I'm Luigi, your host for this journey, and I'm an athlete with a passion for exploring the intricacies of the mind, emotions, and well-being. I started this podcast because I believe in the power of conversations, and I believe in breaking down the barriers that often prevent us from opening up about our mental health. Here, we're going to dive deep, challenge norms, and most importantly, create a safe space for vulnerability and growth. Today, we are kicking off with the topic of self-love. Now, self-love is a term that gets thrown around a lot these days, but what does it really mean? And more importantly, why is it so essential to our mental health and overall well-being? Let's start with the meaning of self-love. What does it mean, self-love? I would say it's acceptance of all the shades that your personality is made of. And this could be so difficult because we tend to put on ourselves so many ideas and concepts and limiting beliefs that tend to shape the way that we see ourselves and tend to shape the feelings that we have towards ourselves. I also believe that self-love is a practice. It's like every other loving relationship. It's a choice. It's a choice to wake up every day and make yourself a priority. And unfortunately, a lot of times when we are going through difficult times, it's really hard to find the strength and the motivation to do those things, to put the effort, especially when, like I said, you have certain limiting beliefs. And I wanted to discuss self-love specifically because it's something that is relating very much to myself at the moment, and it's something that I've been struggling for quite a while now, and I find it just fair that I would be the first one to be opening up in this podcast and be vulnerable with you guys. I've been an athlete for most of my life, and being an athlete has a lot of positive benefits, but it also makes it very easy to attach your self-worth to your achievements and your capabilities. And this has had a tremendous impact in my life, and especially in self-love. It's so many times I stumbled and I didn't reach a goal, or I given up on something and I beat myself up for it, and I can't see my worth, I can't see my values, I can't see the love that I have for myself, because I can only feel like, how can you be such a loser? How can you not do this? How can you not get this done? And I know that there is many people that go through the same thing, and you gotta just accept it. Sometimes the bar is too high, sometimes it's just not meant to be, but that doesn't define your values, that doesn't define how worth you are of love. Self-love is understanding this. It's about being kind to ourselves in our failures, in our success. It's about acknowledging our emotions, allowing ourselves to feel, and understanding that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. But trust me, I'm still struggling with understanding this and forcing my inner critic to shut the hell up and let me be happy and love myself. I also realized that self-critics is looking for evidence, is looking for reason why I should shut up. And I found that one practice that has helped me quite a bit. It's the practice of celebration of small victories. I was used to never finding rewarding the small things that I would do in life. They were never good enough. They were never big enough. And this result led me to never feel good with myself, never feel worth it. So one practice that I started doing recently is celebrating small victories. So it's easy to get lost in this whirlwind of constant doing and achieving, and we forget to celebrate. We need to acknowledge our journey. We need to recognize our efforts, and most importantly, cultivating self-love, respect by tell us we did great, tell us that we did good, that we are putting the effort, and that's what matters. We cannot control anything else. We can control only the efforts that we put in it. And this is what we should value ourselves for. The efforts that every day we put to go through life. So if I could suggest one thing, is challenge your limiting beliefs. Challenge those ideas that you have of yourself in your head and prove to your inner critic that you are worthy of love. Don't forget to celebrate the effort and the small victories that you have every day and start building the respect and the love that you already have inside of you. You just need to reconnect to it. Because when we were kids, we were not doubting that we loved ourselves. So reconnect to that love and celebrate yourself, even for the smallest of the things. And the coming episode of Man to Man will be exploring a variety of topics and inviting some incredible guests to share their personal journey and insights. We will laugh, we'll reflect, and we will challenge ourselves to grow, one conversation at a time. Thank you so much for joining me for this first episode of Man to Man. If you enjoyed, please share it with anyone that you think might enjoy it. Please remember, you're not alone in your journey. We're in this together, Man to Man. Until next time, take care, celebrate your victories, big and small, and keep growing.